What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel for another market update. We're doing this thing bright and early today. Why? Your boy has to remodel the Discord, and I want to get that done today, so I want to spend all day on that. On top of that, I'm seeing the conditions that I was looking for to take my other short position. So there's that. All right, I was originally going to sit on my hands, but no, I did something today. So we did end up doing that. I'm just letting you guys know. I do personally think dated puts are extremely safe up here. I'm not going to say like I'm not in a ton of red right now. I'm definitely in a decent amount of red. And most likely anybody who's opening up any puts all up here, you probably were. Anybody open up puts over here, I'm sorry. You're just, you know, you're in a lot of red. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know, like, hey, all right, you have the daily over here. You're getting another form of the topping tail. I actually did point this out to the Discord members this morning. Hey, what this effectively did is it created a low that is not $20 away. So this is something pretty cool that happened on QQ's chart, because now we will have confirmation of a trend change before we get all the way down to 330. And this is something I was saying, like, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. The past few days have been like, sorry guys, if you want to safely short this thing without like if you want to start day trading to the short side and start, like, you know, having these short dated swing trades, you're going to need for a trend change. Just like it's been safe to buy every single pullback here and just literally load up on calls with 1 week expiration. You would have just made tons and tons of money this whole entire way on every single pullback. Well, guess what? All right, the script will change. And people aren't going to listen. Let's be completely real. People are being conditioned right now to buy every single dip. Well, the people who don't acknowledge trend, all right, I've been acknowledging trend this whole time. The uptrend over here is in QQ. I'm not going to say I haven't been trying to short up here. I have, all right. I even did this morning. But I'm just going to tell you guys right now, all right, the newbie traders who are not able to recognize the most basic form of TA, which is a trend change, all right, just watching, following along with trend, all right. They're going to see this thing come down under here, and this is going to be the start of a trend change. It comes over here, but they're not going to be looking at it. And then you're going to get a lower height. With all likelihood, this is the process is going to take. Just like we had over here at the August high. You start coming down. All right, guess what? All right, your low is right here. You broke it. Now, fortunately, all right, this was a scenario, 333 all the way to 3. Yeah, so that would have been a scenario where we would have had to break all the way down here. But now, what this pullback effectively did the other day is we will have confirmation before that, all right? So we're looking for a low under here, and then we're looking for a pullback, and then we're looking for a lower high, all right? And then when you get a break, so you're going to go like that. You're going to go like, here, let's actually get rid of that, and let's use my new tool, all right? You got this thing. You're going to break under this. It come up. I don't know where it could be. It could even be for a double top. I don't know, all right? But let's say it comes back up here, all right? And right when you break right here, all right, let's do that. Right when you break right here, that is going to be your confirmation, and you have a full-blown trend change in play, all right? And that's the thing that, hey, a lot of people, they're going to be conditioned to buy the dip here. They're going to be the condition to buy the dip here. And then, like, I'm just saying, with all likelihood, then just like we've continuously seen, let's just go over this. Just like you may think what I'm drawing right here is crazy, but guess what? We have continuously seen, all right, higher highs, higher lows. Now this was a bit of a doozy over here. This is a bear trap. We called it out on the channel. But guess what? We're open to it because you came up and made the lower low right here, all right, or an equivalent high, all right. We're open to, you know, the downtrend starting. But then guess what? Bear trap. All right, so let's cancel that out. All right, but ever since then, guess what? You went back to doing. All right, you went back to literally going like that: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So is that going to change right here? I don't know. All right, this is just I'm letting you guys know this is exactly what I'm watching for. It doesn't have to start today. I'm just telling you right now. All right, the debt ceiling agreement, it's over. All right, it's here. So if we're gonna see liquidity get sucked out of this market and go over to the bond market, then hey, so be it. That's we're about to see over the fall. I told you guys, like, literally, think of the weekly update. I told you guys, hey, is this all gonna be speculation? Are we gonna finally see it? Are we gonna see what people have been speculating on? I don't know. And no, I was understanding that this was gonna be a lose-lose situation for the stock market. Things don't have to play out immediately. I don't think they, you know, like, clearly we've seen it. They're not gonna play out immediately. But yeah, all right, we're going to have to see what happens here. Now, let me show you the conditions here that is showing me that, I mean, this is what I was waiting on. I was literally waiting on these conditions to pop up, specifically to add more July puts. But right over here, all right, I'm going to show you. You have this bearish divergence now. You have a new bearish divergence on QQ's RSI. You actually do have a triple bearish divergence if I'm looking at this correctly. All right, 84 over here. You popped up to 82. Yeah, so you have a triple bearish divergence going from there to there, there to there to there. All right, so that is a thing right there. So hey, that's a decently strong signal in itself. All right, now let's come over to Mr. VIX. This is what I'm really paying attention to. This is what I told you guys. I was skeptical of downside on the indices until I saw VIX really well, I mean, it was up here when I was saying that. It was up here. I was waiting for it to get down to this line right here because this is just somewhere. Look, you've start getting your bounces, all right? You could, that's where I was open to the bounces, like completely starting to start. But down here, all right, this is where I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna tell you right now. You're either going to start getting a decent sized bounce on VIX, or you're going to do what you did over here, and you're going to start putting in these bullish divergences. All right, we can see another example. Let me just point these out for you guys real quick. All right, another example right there. You have one right there. All right, so you came down right there. All right, do we have? Oh, we have one right there. What happened there? Oh, look at that. Oh, do we have another one? No, we don't have another one. But yeah, all right, you guys see what I'm talking about, all right? It typically tends to bounce here, all right? I do want to point out over here, you spent some time in here, but guess what? That was at the October low. So, well, not at the October low, but that was during the month of October. That is when we were bottoming in the market, all right? We definitely do not have these same conditions over here on SPY and QQQ as we had over there. So, yeah, guys, I'm still looking for downside. I don't want to sound like a a broken record over here, but I'm just letting you know. I've been warning you guys about these conditions. All right, we're seeing these conditions now. Let's take a step over to get rid of these real quick. All right, then let's take a step over to Mr. Apple over here, and I would like to point out, hey, all right, 2% off all-time highs. Who is going to be buying this thing when you have a I already showed you guys this yesterday, right? But like, again, who's going to buy this thing when you can lock in that rate? Makes no sense. All right. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would, if you have billions of dollars and you're managing funds for your clients, why would you risk 2% of upside? I mean, I understand they could rotate into other stocks and that could, cause that, we can see this bull market. That's why, hey guys, all right, if like people have been saying, oh, we're in a new bull, maybe we are. I'm going to say there's an extremely high likelihood that it is definitely not the case, but hey, maybe we are. These are things like you got to be open to, all right? There's that, all right? And I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, all right? If IWM starts breaking to the upside out of this channel, that is when I think we're getting a decent signal right there that, hey, we are going to be seeing rotation. Yeah, we can see these things cool off, but we shouldn't be looking for the absolute rug pull or anything like that because we are seeing signs of rotation. Now, the other thing I want to point out is something I was pointing out literally, I think it was on this day right here. We were at the bottom of this bull flag right here. I think I drew this on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, either way, guys, you had this falling wedge / bull flag, and like realistically, guys, all right, like this is typically, I'll show you QQQ's bull flag that played out, and like we're literally up there right now. This could happen, all right, and I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but like I'm definitely gonna say, hey, you got your breakout from this thing that's been consolidating for quite some time now, all right? This has been this consolidation pattern since the beginning of April. It's now, beginning of June. 2 months have gone by. Yeah, it was preparing for a move. It started that move that it was preparing for, and now we're seeing IWM. This thing is also, it's either in a giant bear flag or we're going to see a break to the downside. Then we likely do get that rug pull, or you're going to see a breakout and you're going to see some rotation. You're going to see this thing start come back in. Now, I don't think this whole banking fiasco is done with. All right, so like, like something like this very well can be around the corner. All right, but as you see, we haven't had that happen recently. So we're going to let the charts just do the talking here. We're going to let, yeah, we're literally going to see what IWM decides to do here. We already got what I was pointing out the other day. It was going to be rotation into Dow stocks and the small caps, all right? We already got the breakout over here on the Dow. So that is something to point out. And then I also did point out something, I think it was about a week ago. It was the Dow Transports versus the DJI. All right, so let's just go like that. All right, and let's do plus DJI. All right, so this is something I also pointed out. We did not have, what was it? Where did I see that? All right, which one? So DJI, DJT. They weren't confirming each other. That's what I was saying. Where was it though? I could have swore it was not too long ago. Oh, it was right here. All right. You made a lower low over here on the Dow, and then you made a higher low over here on the transport. So this was something that, like, even though, guys, you got that bearish bias, you got to, like, these are factors on the board. And guess what, guys? On this channel, I'm going to continuously let you know. I don't care if it's going against my bias, all right? I'll let you know what I'm seeing on the charts. I do my best to bring you guys an unbiased review of the charts each and every day. I do watch a spectrum of things over here, all right? We watch QQ SPY VIX definitely on the daily, all right? But when other things pop up, I'm going to let you know about it. Now, I'm actually going to point out over here, NVIDIA has a potential head and shoulders here, all right? So I just want to also point that out. Come on, there we go. All right, I want to point out that, like, hey, all right, if you do see this thing, oh, that was a sloppy one. If you do see this thing come over here and break this neckline here, then and then if you break 366.35, there's nothing holding you back from this gap fill. So that is what I am going to be watching for if I see that. So yeah, I'm just going to let you know. All right. That is pretty much it, guys. I do want to point out that, like, hey, all right, you do have the bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. You got it on the daily time frame over here with the CCI. You have triple bearish divergence going on. I want to point out your RSI is up at 75. You do see more upside today. You are going to see you're going to see this thing come back up to 76. This thing is not going to be sustained. I don't care what anybody's saying up here. Even before the bear market, you see this thing got up to 78, and then it, started having a decent sized pullback there. All right. Right there, that's 3% move. Now, that would be a $10 drop if we go up to 360. I'm sure that's going to piss off a lot of people, but hey, that's just the nature of the charts. All right. This game is what it is, all right? It's the game, all right? You're just a participant. So far, obviously, we are seeing this spinning top over here, change it from the shooting star. But yeah, you got the 4-hour bearish divergence, you got the 1-hour bearish divergence going on over here, you have the 15-minute bearish divergence going on over here, all right? Yeah, I'm just pointing this out. Like, this is, like, the market wants to sell, so something's just holding it up. And whenever that thing doesn't hold it up, all right, like, this clearly is a max pain move. There's 100% no doubt in my mind this is meant to cause as much pain as possible before they bring the next move. We don't have a reason to be doing this where you just go straight up without any pullbacks. We don't have that in the system. We have the exact opposite of that. So I'm not looking for it. Different conditions, guys, all right? We could be in a new bull market, but again, the system has to be demolished before we get into a new bull market. Just like COVID completely wrecked the system, and the Fed had to come in and, I don't want to say it, but QE to the moon. That's exactly what they did. All right. And now we might have a little QE going on behind the scenes, but it's not even close to what's going on over there. So I'm just saying, different conditions. I don't think we are going to be in a new bull market. That's my personal opinion. Now, what I do want to point out over here is DXY is bouncing off of its support. So this is something I was pointing out. I believe I did it in yesterday's video, if not the one before that. But you did have the zone. You started losing the zone. Oh, yeah, it was yesterday, all right? You started losing that. I told you guys this was the bounce spot I was watching for, all right? If you can hold this on the daily time frame, you will have a potential head and shoulders here, all right? No, never mind. You would have to come down here for that, all right? So on the daily time frame, this actually does effectively put in a higher low over here. So if you do end up breaking this, then that is going to likely send the dollar up here to our neckline of this double bottom. And then once you break out over there, then you have these price targets. Well, you got one of these price targets. One of these price targets for this falling wedge. I'm not even sure which one at this point. But it's definitely one of them. I should have made one orange and one yellow. So should have been the thing, but whatever. All right. Something I want to point out. Bitcoin did not participate in the rally yesterday. All right. Rally Rulito. It was not. So that is something else as well. All right, guys. I think that is pretty much it. Here we go. We have a potential gravestone doji over here on Microsoft going down. I'm just saying, guys, across the board, like, you're getting up there. I don't think this is something that's going to be sustained, and it doesn't have to have a rug pull go on or anything like that. You don't need to break this uptrend you're on, but, like, hey, all right, you're very likely going to see at least, like, a decent sized pullback across the board, at least on tech. All right. Like I said, like, you could be seeing that rotation into the Dow and the small cap stocks, but, like, hey, all right, QQQ over here, it's gone too far, too quick. I'm at least looking for that pullback. Look at this ADMA. You just never, no, you didn't get what you got over here. You stopped writing it. You just started going on with the parabolic move. Whenever that parabolic move, guys, Whenever that blow off top, whatever you want to call this thing, parabolic move, blow off top style move, whenever that thing comes to an end, guess why it comes to an end? There's a lack of buyers, all right? Everyone's FOMO, and then there's a lack of buyers, and then things come down quick. So that is what I'm looking for. Ultimately, I'm really looking for the break of, I don't know why this thing moved. It was over there. All right. The low of 346.66. No, 346.51. So that is what I am looking for right here. All right. And if you do break that, that's our sign. All right. That is your first sign. This whole time, that is your first sign from all the way down from 310. So that will be a condition that hasn't popped up once. All right, guys. With that being said, I will actually show you guys this. Right. So I told you guys I was skeptical of downside over here, and I was just telling you guys, all right, this is something you want to see. All right, you want to see this thing matching up with QQ. All right, QQ's, yeah, it was up here. All right, but you come over to NQ, you had the stochastic and CCI in oversold territory. All right, and yeah, you literally popped up to what looks like to be the start of a new trading range. We're gonna have to see what happens if you come down to the bottom of it. You get a bounce again. We're really gonna trade flat up here, frustrating trading range again. I don't know. All right. But this is something that, again, this is a condition that I was looking for to be checked. It's been checked. All right. So we have VIX, we have QQ's condition, we have over here on the futures. All right. All of them got back up there. And yeah. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.